Hi, in this video, we're going to look at how to produce a custom pulley for 3D printing using Sketchup for Schools. Now, right now, we're looking at these pulleys in TinkerCAD, and I prefer TinkerCAD for 3D printing because pretty much everything that you build in TinkerCAD is automatically three-dimensional, which is not true of SketchUp. However, in TinkerCAD, I find that their selection of pulleys is pretty limited. So if you want to produce pulleys, I find that SketchUp is the tool for this. So let's take a look at how to do it. You're going to start in a Google window with the waffle here. And if your school has set up SketchUp for Schools, you'll just find that in your app bar and open it up. When that opens, it's going to look like this. We're going to begin here on the origin, producing a custom profile. Now, I'm going to use a rectangle to produce this profile. So I click my rectangle tool. If you start using SketchUp, you're going to want to learn these shortcut keys. R for rectangle. These things make your work so much faster. So we start to sketch this rectangle and see the dimensions bar down here is already in millimeters for units. So I'm going to type 7,5 millimeters to start. This is 7 by 5 millimeters is of course very small, so I can zoom in to find my rectangle. I'm going to cut out of this profile a circle using the circle tool, which has been replaced by Follow Me. I can find the circle tool and the shortcut is C. So C for circle. I'm going to find that midpoint. SketchUp wants to snap to a radius of 3 millimeters. Now I'm going to take, this is the profile that I want to end up with. So I'm going to use my erase tool to erase this line. This surface here is defined by a perimeter. If I delete this line, I delete that surface. Now I just need to stand this profile up so I can trace it around my circle. I'll use the select tool, or spacebar is my shortcut here. The rotate tool, or Q, is my shortcut for rotate. I'm going to stand this up around the origin. That's why it's nice to just start working off the origin from the beginning. Right now, though, you'll notice with this blue circle, SketchUp wants to rotate in this direction. So I need to escape, come back to the origin. I use my arrow keys to change the plane of rotation there. So the left arrow key brought up this green circle. I click once on the origin. I click along the line that I want to stand up. I rotate that up 90 degrees, which SketchUp will happily snap to. The next thing to do is to define the circle that we want to trace the pulley around. We're going to design for a 150 millimeter pulley. So I'll start at my origin again. A radius of 75 millimeters would give me a 150 millimeter circle. But if you'll recall, our profile here has this thickness. So I'm going to use my tape tool, T for tape, just to confirm that this thickness is 2 millimeters. So I'm going to take that 75 millimeter radius minus 2 to give me that 150 millimeter diameter pulley. So back to my circle, C for circle. 75 minus 2 is 73 millimeter radius, right? Spacebar for my select tool. I'm going to select the surface here and delete it. I'm going to select my circle. You notice the circle right now is really a bit of a polygon. I can smooth that out by clicking on Entity Info. This is going to give me information about the entity I've selected. Right now, it's basically a 24-sided polygon. I'm going to quadruple that to 96. And you see how that smooths out. And we want to do that because that will definitely show up in the 3D print, those polygonal lines. Next, let's move our profile out to the edge of the circle. I'm going to use M for move, and you see the tool here as well. SketchUp will follow that axis and find the intersection with the circle for me. Now we just need to use the Follow Me tool. The best way to use the Follow Me tool is to select the line that you want to trace first. So with that selected, I'm going to click More Tools and find Follow Me. And when I click on this profile, you see down here, click a profile to extrude along the pre-existing path. We've selected this path. Click the profile, and we have our pulley. Now I'm just going to export this to import into TinkerCAD. I'm going to title it first. And I will title this 150 millimeter pulley. All right. With that titled, I will not export, but I need to download an STL model for importation into TinkerCAD. That should be ready to go. We'll move over to TinkerCAD and click the Import button. I'm going to choose my file. Okay, 100% scale, millimeter units, everything looks great. We'll import. Give it just a moment. And here is the pulley from SketchUp. I'm just going to move these others out of the way. We have some pre-existing hub pieces, and not sure why this got rotated. I'm not sure if my D for drop, don't know how I'm going to get that back, so I might as well start over with that cylinder. And I'm just going to select these hub components. This hole is for a 1/8 inch square axle. I'll use my L for align tool or this align button up here. And you can see we have the start here, and it's just kind of up to us how we want to connect this hub to the outside pulley for 3D printing. I hope that was helpful.